It's WrestleMania weekend, and look who's here. The savior of misbehavior, the voice of Monday Night Raw. Corey Graves, what's going on? What's the haps?
I think I've outgrown that moniker these days. I'm more like well-behaved Graves.
Well, yeah,
It's been a while since I've really gone off the rails or done anything to incur the wrath of the wrestling world. So, it's been like a few weeks at least.
I felt like on literally this week on Raw, they were like, why is Corey so angry?
I'm an angry guy. I've got a lot I'm dealing with. Monday Night Raw is my catharsis.
Yeah.
I bottle it up all week, and then I scream at everybody else. And I channel my anger to, I don't know if it's positive, but I'm channeling it somewhere.
As long as it gets out of your system.
Right. I feel much less toxic. I sleep great at night.
Your family's probably in great shape?
Yeah. My kids are happy.
Yeah. You getting married?
Yeah.
For God's sake?
I've got lots to be happy for.
I feel like I know, even though I know you, we all know more about your personal life than we probably should.
Right.
I've been keeping up with the podcast and everything, and I feel like your podcast, Bear With Us, has kind of, I don't want to say evolved into a literal therapy
it's
session.
Therapy for third party.
But it's not like that we're gonna hash it out on the air. It's like, no, this is literally what you'd be telling a therapist.
Yeah. It's crazy. Our goal when we started it was actually, it was just to cure our boredom, which is why we started it. And we went, wow, people are actually taking some of our advice. And then you start getting emails from people saying, oh, I discussed XYZ with my husband like you suggested, and it worked. And now we're better off. Or I did this and I broke up with my boyfriend because he was toxic and I've never been happier. And it's like, I know we're wholly unqualified to do any of this stuff, but it's helping a few people. And now it's gotten to the point where it is, specifically over the past few weeks, because Leah and I have not seen each other. Ships passing in the night, maybe a day here, a day there, but she's been pulling double duty with, SmackDown and Raw. So
the life of a champion.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Damn her and her success.
Yeah.
Our conversations to catch up with one another that most people would have on the couch or in bed, we're now having in a podcast studio for the world to enjoy on YouTube.
Because you're not going to talk about it otherwise because you won't see each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is it.
And the conversation has to happen. When you're going into a WrestleMania, do you prepare differently for that show than any other show, or is that a show that you just allow the feels to take over?
I try my best to just live in the feels more often than not. This year's going to be a bit of a different animal just because it's so big. It's 2 nights. Jimmy Smith's still getting acclimated to his commentary role.
Yes.
So and he's doing a great job, but there's an acclimation period.
His first WrestleMania hasn't been here that long.
So I have to prepare to shoulder a little bit more of the weight than I probably would have in years past. But that said, I get to be a fan for 2 days, and you can't screw that up. I may say the wrong thing. I may, misidentify a stat or something, but you just feel it. You just get to be a fan. And I feel like WrestleMania is the one weekend of the year where all of the toxicity that pervades wrestling fandom sort of just takes a little bit of a break.
Yes, somebody asked me this weekend, like, what's your favorite part of WrestleMania weekend? And I was like, well, there's like the indie shows, and there's Access, and there's this Hall of Fame and everything going on, but there is something that once you're in that stadium and WrestleMania is happening, there's this realization like, oh, this is what everything's orbiting around. This is why everything's happening. This is why we're all here. And it makes sense.
It absolutely does, and it's really cool to just bump into people that you haven't seen for a while, but just the energy is just so positive.
Yeah.
Even standard pay-per-view, Monday Night Raw, you walk in, people are booing, people are mad, you run into people. Everyone's got a smile on their face here. And the fans have been able to come from all over the globe again because the pandemic sort of backed down enough to where this feels like WrestleMania should feel this year.
Yes, absolutely. You've known Roman Reigns for a long time.
Many moons.
Friends with him for a long time. How do you feel seeing him doing what he's doing now at the level that he's doing it?
It will always make me laugh, and I will never forget it. We were at a birthday party. I don't know if it was for Roman's daughter. I believe it was for Roman's daughter when we were in FCW. There was a bunch of the boys. We were all sitting around. There's one photo that's still kind of floating around of all of us sitting there, and we were out in the pool that day. and we're just talking business. We were all in FCW, which was the redheaded stepchild of WWE at the time. When you were in developmental down there, I always use the analogy, you're the aliens waiting for the claw in Toy Story.
Right.
Because you were just in this little box, and once in a blue moon, somebody would disappear and show up on Monday Night Raw. So we were sitting out in the pool, and Roman starts talking, and he was talking grandiose, like, when I am on this level, I want to do a thing with Stone Cold. I want to do a thing with The Rock. Not like, wow, hey, guys, wouldn't it be cool if someday, can you imagine WrestleMania? Roman knew. He knew back then,
wow,
what the future held. And he has had that sort of confidence, and now you can see it. Now, no one will argue this is the best Roman Reigns we've ever seen. And he has truly...
It's like the best anyone we've ever seen.
He has. He has achieved God mode.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing about it is he's known all along, which you have to respect the journey he's taken to get there. But while we're swimming around in a pool making $600 a week in developmental,
right,
he knew he was going to be that dude, and now he is that dude.
This is what it is. I love what you're doing because I know that you love conversation and controversy. You love just getting people talking. And 1 minute you're going like, clearly, I've gotten great at commentary, and this isn't a world that I want to leave. But at the same time, you're like, yeah, I'm cleared. And then every now and then a little tweet goes out. Hey, what's up, Seth? Hey, what's up, McAfee? Hey, anytime there's like an open WrestleMania match, it's like, hey, what's up? No, I'm happy commentating. What do you mean, guys?
Hey,
what do you mean?
You know,
just enough blood in the water to get everybody kind of coming to the surface.
I've debated quite a few times just rolling in the ring and pointing at the sign, because apparently that's all it takes.
Right.
You just point at the sign.
Right.
Excuse me. And you get a WrestleMania match.
Right.
So I thought about doing that. Mm-hmm. I haven't done it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Maybe I'll show up on SmackDown tonight and just, I'll point at Cole and then at the sign. And then there will be no commentary on Sunday because Cole and McAfee will be busy.
Yeah.
But I like to keep people stirred up, and I derive pleasure from working up the internet from time to time. But I'm just taking it as it comes to me.
Yeah.
I got cleared because it was something that was important to me just to know for sure
for
after
health,
seeing
right?
Edge and Daniel Bryan and Christian all come back from similar situations, and just I've always wondered, and I got my answer. Now I have my answer. It's like, well, what do I do with it? 5 years ago, I would have said, well, I'm getting back in the ring. I'm ordering new boots. Let's get ready to go. I've got myself a pretty good gig now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you got pretty good at it.
I know. Damn me and my success. I'm a victim of my own success.
Although I was reading on Twitter, you're actually not.
I'm the worst.
Very bad.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm terrible at my job. I just have bamboozled, the
a billion-dollar company.
I was going to say the guy who pretty much invented our business the way we know it now. I've bamboozled him, so I feel like I should get a reward for that.
That guy doesn't know. He's never done commentary.
No.
He's never done commentary. Is there something that you're looking forward to calling at WrestleMania?
Edge and AJ. I use this analogy, as I'm sure you've revealed to your listeners, that we are on Radio Row here, and I've been asked this question about 11 times, and I've answered it the same way each time.
I wish you would give me a little something different.
No, I'm giving you the same canned response, because listen, just stop cutting me. You're not being a very becoming host right now, Sam. You set me up. Let me take my swing. WrestleMania 3. WrestleMania 3, what does everybody remember? Hulk Hogan body slamming Andre the Giant. That's Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. To the wrestling fans, what do the wrestling fans remember about WrestleMania 3?
The 6-person tag with the little people.
I don't even know why I try with you. Yes.
Had to make it different.
You did.
Of course. Savage and Steamboat.
Steamboat.
Come on.
I have a feeling, and this is just me as a wrestling fan saying best case scenario, Brock and Roman's going to be what people are talking about for the immediate future. I think Edge and AJ might be something that people talk about for a generation.
And Corey Graves will be at ringside with his mind doll, just like George the Animal Steele.
Oh, my God, will I ever.
Just to capture that moment. Graves, I can't wait to hear you on the call. Maybe you'll be pointing at the sign at some point. It's fantastic. You're doing great things.
I'll have a green tongue one way or another.
Either way.
Just for
Either way. And by the way, and once this is all over, congratulations on the fact that you had a wedding.
Thank you. Yes. No rest for the weary.
What is it with you? You and Daniel Bryan did the same thing. Why do people think that right after WrestleMania is the perfect time to get married?
I will give you a finite answer for this because for a talent, it's the easiest window of the year to get 2 weeks off because everything's sort of being reset and refocused and recalibrated for the post-WrestleMania run.
Of course.
So when she found out she wanted to do it, we did it.
Right after WrestleMania. Well, boom. There it is. Big things happening in Corey Graves' life. What an exciting time. thank you for giving us just a few moments of that time.
You are more than welcome. You're always welcome. Appreciate you.